The Interview, An Inner View by Ms. Regina van den Broek. It was sometime in the 1970s that I had my introduction to Baba through a book I found in the library of a yoga center. My heart instantly recognized him as God in travel human form. Though I wanted to India immediately and see him, my circumstances did not permit this extravagance. I was divorced then and was raising my two children, aged 2 and 5. In the 1980s, I somehow got the address of Baba and sent him a letter praying for an opportunity to meet him at least once in my life. Nearly 2 decades later, I learned more about him and traveled to India as part of a spiritual group from Belgium in 1994. Love at first sight, the group spent a week at Swami Premananda's ashram in Trichy, after which I decided to travel to see Baba. I learned he was in Bangalore and, along with another elderly lady of the group, took the train there. The master plan ensured that the train halted precisely at the Whitefield railway station, a stone's throw from the Brindavan ashram. It was 7:45 a.m. Depositing our luggage in the cloakroom, we sat in the darshan hall, awaiting Swami. My very first darshan was unforgettable. It was love at first sight, probably because that love had already been kindled and incubated for years. Swami looked at me directly in the eye, and though he didn't say anything, I felt he was telling me, "Finally, you are here." I stayed for many days after that. Though the accommodation and facilities were really basic, I enjoyed every moment, sustaining myself on the daily darshan and bhajans. There was no looking back after that. From then on, I made at least annual pilgrimages to see Swami. Heart-to-heart communication. My visits to India usually coincided with Baba's birthday and Christmas celebrations every year. I also participated in the Christmas choir. One year, Swami graciously gifted us with white saris to wear for the program. I was thrilled to be a recipient of his love and grace. As Swami came walking toward me, I thought of handing over the bunch of letters that I had in my hand. But when he came close, I noticed he was saying something to me in Telugu. I forgot all about the letters and tried to make out what he was saying. He repeated it, but I still could not decipher what he said. But my heart understood that he wanted me to be present for Mahashivratri. I received the white sari which I wore during Christmas celebrations. I also returned to India to celebrate Mahashivratri with Swami. That year, Swami did the much-coveted Lingodbhava, the Hiranyagarbh lingam, and an ellipsoid golden lingam emerged from his mouth. Swami said that those who had witnessed are assured of liberation in this lifetime. Was I thrilled that I listened to him with my heart? I was ecstatic. The date, 15th January 2003, remains forever etched in my heart, as Swami called a group of Belgian ladies for an interview. One of them beckoned me to join in as well. I walked over and sat near the interview room but was very nervous. What if Swami sent me back? That thought by itself made me cry, and I had profuse tears streaming down my cheeks when Swami arrived. He gave me a broad smile, assuring me immediately that he approved. The minutes in the interview room flew by like seconds as Swami was jovial with us, answered our questions, and blessed us with the vibhuti that he materialized. After speaking with all of us, he went to the inner room and began calling us in pairs. Hold my hand and never let go of it. The two of us stood in front of him. He took my hands into his and said his grace and blessings were always with me, just as I had prayed for. He promised me he would bless me with opportunities to serve. When he spoke to the other lady, he asked me to translate into Belgian for her. I let go of his hand in my enthusiasm to explain and be a good translator. Swami immediately held my hands again, tightly this time. I had goosebumps as I realized that he had fulfilled everything that I asked him in my daily prayer. Oh, Baba, grant me your grace and blessings. Hold my hand tight and lead me to God in my thoughts, words, and deeds. Give me the strength to love you and serve you more and more in everyone. Even today, I repeat the same prayer, more as a reminder to myself rather than asking Swami. I know that He is omnipresent, omnipotent and omniscient. And I know that getting the opportunity to know, recognize, and serve Him is a true privilege and blessing. The interviews that day ended. The interview continues to this day. Ms. Regina van den Broek.